and welcome back to Solent Sports News on our first programme of 2021. Southampton's FA Cup dream is over, crashing out just one game away from the final at Wembley. Shock and anger as 6 Premier League clubs say they're breaking away to create a European Super League. Better news for one Hampshire club in the FA Vase. We'll have a full report. But it's in basketball where Southampton are showing how to win. The Solent Kestrels win the league for the 3rd time on the spin. Good afternoon. Lots going on in the world of football today. Southampton faced heartbreak in the FA Cup semi-final last night, and today we woke up to news of a European Super League. We'll start at Wembley, where fans returned for the first time since December. Mark Feller watched the game.
Thanks, Amy. And like you mentioned, the past 24 hours has just been dominated with football for different reasons across the UK and across Europe. But let's start with last night's tie with Southampton, in which they were looking to get to their first FA Cup final since 2003. So close, but yet so far. Southampton fans have been waiting almost 2 decades for their team to reach the FA Cup final. This dream ended in tragedy as they were knocked out in last night's semi-final against Leicester City. The Saints had had an impressive run coming into yesterday's fixture, conceding no goals throughout their entire FA Cup run. But all it takes is one goal, and Kelechi Iheanacho's strike in the 55th minute proved to be the decisive factor between the two sides. Captain James Ward-Prowse pointed towards the team's lack of conviction being the reason for yesterday's loss, with no registered shots on target for an entire 90 minutes. On a lighter note, residents in Brent and key workers were amongst the first groups of football fans to be allowed back in stadiums since the nationwide lockdown in December. Ralph Hasenhüttl couldn't help but throw a smile with a step closer to normality.
Playing in this beautiful ground, and I think with fans it was also only a few ones, but it was a completely nice feeling to have them back, and finally, hopefully, they're coming more and more now till the end of the season.
The Saints sit in 14th place with 36 points. A tough game against Tottenham awaits them on Wednesday. Win that, and they'll be all but safe to go again next season. And following this result, the Southampton manager was asked about the European Super League, which has been the talking point across the UK and across Europe these past 24 hours. Hasenhüttl claimed it was a war against football. The top clubs now have the big powers and can get any way they want with this new Super League coming into play. And he also just left a note saying that without fans, football will not work, as there was a lot of fan backlash, of course, as we've seen on social media these past day. Well, the European Super League has been devised by the European top clubs, with the Premier League Big Six agreeing to join this league. So that'll be Manchester United, Manchester City, Liverpool, Tottenham, Arsenal and Chelsea. The now dubbed ESL claimed that this new system of a 20-man team midweek structure annually will be able to have teams play on a regular basis at these top clubs. So, for example, Liverpool and Real Madrid, we haven't seen that many times over the past decade, only a handful. This will be happening annually. The founding clubs will be gaining around €3.5 billion, which will be invested in infrastructure plans and also to offset the impact COVID-19 has had on all these clubs. And following from this, the increased financial support will trickle down, so they say, the footballing pyramid in a much more efficient manner, which means more money for the grassroots teams and the EFL and the Premier League, and not just domestically in the UK, but across Europe as a whole. Developments are still ongoing at this time. We are getting new information by the minute. We can't confirm everything, but the proposed league has caused a lot of concern for fan supporters groups across the country, as we have seen on social media. The Premier League, the EFL, all national leagues have essentially agreed to kick out any team that is agreeing to join this league or have been invited to this league and accepted. And I'll just leave you with the UEFA president's comments, confirming that players who compete in the Super League will be banned playing from the World Cup, the Champions League, the Euros and their respective national teams.
Thanks, Mark. Another major breaking story today is that Tottenham have sacked their manager. Jose Mourinho was relieved of his duties, with poor results being deemed the reason for the sacking by the club. Spurs have appointed Ryan Mason in temporary charge for the rest of the season. Tottenham fans have plenty of things to say about the Portuguese sacking.
I'm in complete shock. Didn't expect that when I woke up this morning. Gutted. Absolutely gutted.
He's coming into this club to spend money like Manchester United, and Spurs should, even David Levy, he should have known better than that, because the man wastes too much money at Manchester United. It's a good thing Spurs got rid of him. The best thing I've heard.
There's only been one constant, which has been the board and the lack of investment. And I think that if you don't invest properly into the squad, then it doesn't matter who you bring in, no matter how good their resume, that manager is going to have issues.
To local football now, and this past weekend saw two Wessex League sides fight to keep their Wembley dream alive. Division 1 side United Services Portsmouth hosted the Premier's Division Christchurch on Saturday in the FA Vase. Sam Clark reports.
With the league season curtailed, the only competition Christchurch FC and United Services Portsmouth have to play for is the FA Vase. The two Wessex League sides remaining in the division went head-to-head on Saturday to secure a place in the round of 16. United Services Portsmouth went into the game as underdogs as they hosted the Premier Division league leaders Christchurch FC.
Christchurch obviously are champions-elect, moving up to the Southern League, but we've played Premier League sides 9 times I think this season and acquitted ourselves really well. So yeah, I'm expecting a tough game, but one I'm hopeful we're involved in right the way through.
With neither team playing a game since December 2020 and grassroots football only being cleared to return on March 29th, just 2 weeks before the fixture took place, neither side had the ideal preparations for such a massive fixture.
It's really difficult for everyone, and that's not just us. I'm sure US Portsmouth are the same. You know, you'd love to have played some other games, some other friendlies, got the lads really up to 100% match fit. That hasn't happened. It's the same for both sides. You know, it's like I say, we've got to come here this afternoon. We've got to nullify their threats, and you know, and look to win the game. And hopefully we can do that, and then we can continue the story.
The FA Vase is the most prestigious competition at this level of non-league football, with the final being played at Wembley Stadium. And with a trip to the home of football just 4 games away, the dream for Glenn Turnbull's United Services Portsmouth is slowly becoming reality.
Any underdog that's progressing in a cup tournament, we were in the preliminary round for this. So we've taken it one game at a time. No one gave us a chance against Portchester, which was our first game, and we come through that, then through Brockenhurst, then through Millbrook. But it's one game at a time. Everyone's got an eye on May the 22nd at Wembley, but that's, you know, it's a tough turnaround now.
And it was the hosts that took the lead with just 20 minutes gone. A 66th-minute equaliser for Christchurch FC saw the game taken to a penalty shootout. Some goalkeeping heroics during the shootout left it up to USP skipper and former Christchurch player Tom Jeffs to score the winning penalty. With the last 2 seasons not giving a lot for non-league teams to cheer about, scenes like this are a reminder of just how special the FA Vase can be. Sam Clark, Solent Sports News.
Hampshire Cricket have won their opening home game of the County Championship season. They beat Middlesex by 249 runs, with centuries by Ian Holland and Sam Northeast a highlight in the battling performance. Hampshire's bowling was headlined by Mohammed Abbas, whose 9 wickets kept Middlesex to only 360 runs in 2 innings. Hampshire will hope to continue their winning run when they face Gloucestershire this weekend. Team Solent Kestrels became champions of the NBL. Victory against the Leicester Warriors saw them retain their title for the third time. Our basketball reporter, Luke Simcock, takes a look at their success.
Team Solent Kestrels finished off the season with a strong home victory against the Leicester Warriors, claiming the title with a game to spare. Travis Charles led the scoring for Kestrels with 22 points, further strengthening his MVP claim.
That'll do it as the Kestrels start to celebrate their NBL Division 1 title.
Kestrels will be now looking towards the playoffs, receiving a bye into the quarterfinals against the winner of Lopper Riders or Reading Rockets.
Max Verstappen won his first F1 race of the year in an action-packed Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. The Red Bull driver finished ahead of rival Lewis Hamilton, who started on pole and had to fight back from 9th after spinning off the track. Britain's Lando Norris finished third for McLaren. 1 point separates the pair in the Drivers' Championship, with Hamilton on 44 points and Verstappen on 43. That's all for today. It's been a busy one. We hope to see you again next week. Goodbye.